Hello YouTube, this is Tom737 bringing you a new video to the channel. It's been a while since I'd last did a video. Looking back at my channel, it's been about 5 months, which is almost half a year pretty much. In some aspects you might think that's quite a long time ago, some aspects you might not. It depends how you look at it, I guess. I've been kind of up and down generally, my morale, and I've had, a lot of stuff going on, generally, to be honest, and not really settled on doing airport updates. I've still been collecting and things like that, which is kind of the focus of this video, really, as to, where my collection is going, what I kind of want to do, and basically just to, keep in check with you guys and see what the general reception is like, I guess, with regards to my channel and my subscribers, and anybody that might be new to the channel, of course. So yeah, this video I'll probably do like a timestamp type thing. There will be things included in the video, so it won't just be mostly just me talking, but I kind of use things to kind of illustrate with as well, just so you got kind of something to look at in each part. But like I say, it'll be all in one video but kind of split. So yeah, we'll get the first part underway. Okay, so just a bit of information regarding where I'm at in terms of doing model airport updates and things like that. So this airport has been displayed pretty much in the last 5 months. Obviously even longer when I was doing the updates on YouTube as well. But yeah, it's been out sort of permanently. A lot of the updates I've been posting on the forums, but I haven't done them in a while either. I'm not sure how long it took me, but I did some recently. And these 3 models I included. I was hoping that I would have the JC Wings Royal Flight 777 300ER, because I actually did PPE flights, and that's kind of what I use these for. So all I did was just take pictures of them and post them as if they did PPE flights on this airport during the pandemic, during COVID. We did get, like I said, we did get Royal Flight and Nordwind Airlines at Doncaster, but obviously I haven't been, there's no Nordwind 777 done at the minute, and like I say, I wasn't lucky enough to get the Royal Flight 777 sort of in time, and I kind of wanted to kind of get a move on doing the photo updates, because all the remaining updates, they're not really fit enough to do videos on. A lot of the updates left are just singular aircraft that kind of flew in on certain dates. Some obviously kind of made up, but a lot of the movements are kind of based on, what we had at Doncaster and things like that. So that's the idea behind it. Now these models will be for sale. Ideally I'd like to sell all 3 together, to be honest. But if not, then I'll just list them on eBay or something like that. I've got other models for sale, as I've said before as well. Nobody's really shown much interest through YouTube, so I don't really know if if that's really an avenue I need to go into. But in terms of that, yeah, it's just a general idea of what's happening right now. In terms of the airport itself. In terms of actual collecting, I am still collecting model aircraft. I'm getting models pretty much every month, which is kind of something I wanted to touch up on as well, and kind of explore a little bit as to where my collection is going generally. Okay, so just to touch upon something a little bit different that you don't normally see on my channel, and that is the influence of 1-200 scale models. I'd say in the last couple of years, since Gemini Jets started doing their kind of interactive series in the 1-200 scale, that's where my collection has really grown. Just to name a few models that I do have an interactive series that I've got in this room that I can see. So One was the Polar Air Cargo 747. I've got DHL 777, Atlas Air 747, Average Cargo 747, UPS 747 I think as well. I also acquired UPS 767, which I know isn't interactive, but again, as you can see next to the Emirates, which is an interactive series, 777 as well by Gemini. I've also got in-flight 200 DHL 767. I have got other models as well, along the lines of like JC Wings 1200 and JFox. Probably other brands that I can't think off the top of my head, but the 1200 series as well. NG are releasing quite a lot of the sort of Gulfstreams and Falcon 7Xs, which is fantastic. I think it's great. I mean, Gemini have done a couple as well. I've got a few of them, but NG seem to be releasing quite a lot of them, which are welcome. But you know, it does add to a lot of expense and things like that. But like I say, they are different. I quite like. Obviously, I think most people kind of like business jets and things like that because they look pretty stylish and you know they've got that kind of elegance about them, which is nice. And yeah, they're something that you know I've been collecting quite a lot of. And like I say, you don't really see 1200 models on my channel too much, but it just to kind of give you an idea, you know, of you know where my collection is kind of going. I've got a mix of stuff though, which I want to touch upon, sort of as we go through the video. So moving on a little bit with regards to my collection, where it's kind of going. Based on, I had to think actually like a week ago or so, where did it all start from? I remember last summer we had a summer chart operating for TUI, which was an ex-Virgin Australia 737-800, and that's where the influence of all like kind of Australian models started from. And like I said, I had to think about it. I had to think where, you know, how did all this start? And I realised I can't tell you how many models I've got in sort of the Australia, New Zealand region at the minute off the top of my head, but I can say that I've acquired quite a few. So initially it started off with the influence of Virgin Australia and Virgin Blue. And as you can see, it's kind of spiralled out a little bit and gone quite more diverse. Now, a lot of these models I've acquired in the last few months or so. So, the Tiger Air and Rex 737-800 in particular have only just recently arrived in the last week or two. But a lot of the models I've had for quite some time. Just to reel off a few of the airlines that I've been acquiring. Qantas Link, well Qantas, I've not really got many of them, but they're mostly focused on 737-800s where possible. Some Qantas Link 717s mostly. I'm still looking for Qantas Link -8s. They seem to be quite hard to get hold of. Like I say, I've touched upon Virgin Blue. There's Virgin Australia, still looking for Virgin Australia 737-800s. Jetstar Airways, I've been acquiring them, and obviously NG have been releasing a few of them lately, which is pretty cool. Then I started going back more into like you know, history as well. I started collecting Ansett Australia, so I've got a couple of 767-200s, some A320s, some like BAE Avro aircraft as well. I've got the recent Aero Classics announced the Ozjet 737-200s as well, so I acquired them. The list goes on really. Australia Post, I've got a couple of them, and sort of everything in between. And then I started looking at, you know, New Zealand. Initially I wasn't really much of an interest, but yeah, I did eventually start looking at New Zealand, and the thing is, not only has this influence took place in 1/400 scale, it is also going into 1/200 as well. So I do have a couple of Air New Zealand models in 1/200. Mostly narrow body. I'm not particularly focused on getting the 747s or 777s. The 767s are a bit hit and miss. I'm not too fussed about Air New Zealand 767s, but they're kind of borderline, to be honest. This is where I kind of want to talk about a project that I've had in mind for quite some time. So eventually I do kind of want to do a Australian themed kind of airport. And the basis of my airport is an airport, I think it's in the Queensland region of Australia. It's quite a small airport. I think the area is quite big for the airfield itself, but the actual airport in terms of the terminal and main apron is quite small. And that airport is Mackay Airport. The reason why I like it, I mean, if I did do it, it's more the apron layout that I'd be focusing on. That the actual terminal construction won't be identical and things like that. But I like just the general layout of the actual apron, the way the stands are kind of at an angle and things like that. I do want to add my own little twist to it though. If you look at it sort of with, let's say you've got the terminal sort of north facing and then everything sort of, straightforward. Sort of on the left side, I kind of want to do it so that I can include up to like 767s. Ideally up to 767-200s, but if I can also accommodate up to a 767-300, then I might do that as well. And that's just a bit of an... And then on the right side, they tend to have like Saab 340s. Now at the minute, trying to find a Rex Saab 340 seems to be proving difficult as well. So I haven't acquired one of them yet, but it's on my radar. So there's still a lot of models I need to get hold of, to be honest. I think I mentioned Qantas Dash 8s and things like that. They seem to come out hard to get hold of. But for the most part, my collection is in the Australian world has shot off pretty well, to be fair. Only in recent months as well. So again, it's all expense, so it is expensive, but you know what, it is worth it in the long term. But like I said, that's kind of one aspect of the sort of universe I want to explore, and eventually, ideally, I want to be doing like a little model airport. It will be quite a small basis. So in terms of the airport idea that I've got based on Mackay, it will literally just be the main apron, room for like a bit of a terminal display, and they've got like 2 parallel taxiways that come from the runway to the main apron. I want to include maybe half of them, but I won't be including the runway or anything like that. It's just kind of a bit pointless, to be honest. But yeah, that's just an idea that I have. Again, when that will be, I have no idea, because there's always ideas flooding through my brain that one day you wake up and you think, oh yeah, I want to do that, and then the day after you might wake up and have another idea. That's the way it is. It's all based on kind of influence and things like that. And at the minute, I just I haven't really got that full motivation at the minute just to really do it. Although I've been thinking about ordering the sort of base just to maybe start drawing out ideas and things like that. But in the meantime, it is just a concept in my mind. Okay, so just moving on now, we're sort of looking at a different dimension to my collection. And this is something I've touched on previously because I did like that little sort of mini airport kind of update series with the Southwest models and other models as well featured. This has also been a significant part of my collection in the last 2-3 years. Well, 2-3 years, might be a bit less than that actually. Maybe just in the last year or two actually. But as you guys know, Southwest Airlines has always been quite a significant part for me. I've touched on it before, but watching Airline USA as a kid, seeing all the Canyon Blue liveries and the mustard liveries and things like that on that TV series, is what instigated me to start collecting Southwest Airlines models mostly. I have got other airlines as well. I think AirTran I featured before as well. I've still got them. Delta 757s mostly. I've got one Delta 767, and then United 757s as well. The primary focus, if you like, within this kind of concept. You know what? I did the little layout, and it was good because I purchased from Layover Layouts, which is quite a little. It's a little project, but it was worthwhile just to see what it was like ordering from them and things like that, and just to kind of do like a small display for Southwest, which at the time probably didn't have half as many, because NG have released quite a lot of Southwest Airlines, and Panda as well. I don't know if I've acquired any from Gemini recently. I'm not sure. Probably not. I think most of it is NG models. So yeah, it's a massive influence. And of course, whenever a bit like the Australian stuff, whenever you see something that's released now, you don't want to say no because you don't want to miss out. You don't want to regret it in the coming months and think, oh no, I should have pre-ordered it, when I had the chance. Things like that. Now, just like the Australian side of it, I have got a concept in mind for a model airport, and this is like a portion of an airport. So, what I would be looking at is LAX, Los Angeles International Airport, but focusing on the Southwest Terminal and a portion of the Delta Terminal. Now, I will be making it my own. In terms of the Southwest Terminal will be purely Southwest due to the amount of models that I have acquired, and how many might even be released in the future as well. But this kind of setting is probably more of a modernised setting, I'd say. There may be the concept of going back in time, but I think more of a modern day kind of setting is what I kind of want to focus on. In regards to this, but if I include part of the Delta Terminal, it'll only be kind of half. So if you look at it on Google Maps, you'll have the full concourse of Southwest Airlines that's there, and then half of a Delta. So you'll be able to include. Now the thing that I like about that area is that you can accommodate for up to Delta 767s. Possibly even bigger aircraft than that, I'm not sure. I know other aircraft have operated there before, and that's what I want to do. I don't want to focus purely just on Delta Airlines in that section. I kind of want to mix it up a little bit. So I want to have like a Southwest only concept alongside sort of a section that we can maybe utilise other airlines with and stuff like that. But I think a lot of focus might end up being Delta as well, which might mean that I might end up buying more Delta models. I think primarily more the Boeing side of it rather than the Airbus. If I'm honest, so like 737-800s mostly, maybe 739s, but I'm not overly a big fan of 737-900s, to be honest. I just don't see too many of them to really be interested. So probably won't go too mad with those. But yeah, that's the kind of concept I want to do. Again, it won't include a runway. It'll literally just be sort of the concept of where where the stands are, and then sort of the sort of taxiway that links, and then there's like another taxiway that's split with like a road system in the middle. So I'll probably just go up to that point and include that. But it gives you a bit of an idea as kind of you know, the ideas that are flooding through my mind. Both concepts, both Mackay and, you know, this concept of LAX to incorporate Southwest models and stuff like that. I've only started materialising probably in the last few months or so. Probably maybe 2-3 months maybe. And to be honest guys, I've been meaning to do this video for a while. Just haven't really found time to really do it. Up until now, of course. So yeah, that is. I think that's generally like the video. I think that's kind of what I kind of wanted to tell you guys. You know, like I am still collecting. My model collecting is kind of going more diverse than what it used to be. So you guys, you know what? If you know me well, you'll know that like I'm big on European. Basically anything that flies into the UK, like the summer charters and things like that. Obviously cargo is a big thing for me as well, which is obviously I've featured on airport layouts, of course. So whatever you've seen on airport dates generally is basically what represents me. But like I said, I think there's a lot of stuff that kind of more recently has kind of gone behind the scenes. There is one more thing that I want to touch upon, just while I finish the video, and that is the concept of content for my channel. So, like I said, I won't really be doing too many airport dates in the meantime, simply because I've got a load of models that I kind of want to use up and display on this airport while it's set up, before I start doing any more updates, or before I start commencing any other projects, should I say. So I kind of want to get all them done. And one thing in the meantime, I was thinking, you know, a lot of people like unboxing videos and things like that. Now, I don't really want to be doing unboxing videos of... Don't get me wrong, I can do unboxing videos, don't mind that. But one thing I was kind of thinking of doing is maybe doing unboxing videos when I get a parcel arrive. Because usually each month I'm getting quite a lot of models each month. Sometimes it varies, but sometimes I can get from 10 to 15 models in one go. As you can imagine, with the diversity, Australian models, American models, mostly Southwest, and then obviously got all the other stuff in between. Another guy I buy 100 models from as well, so they come separately. And yeah, that's just something that maybe it might interest some of you guys to do. Like, if I did maybe unboxing videos. And then when I do them, there's a potential where you could actually choose, like in the comments, if there's like a... I don't know how to do it, but I'd probably just look at the comments and see which one you guys mostly want me to either do like an unboxing of. I don't really want to say reviews as such, because I'm not really somebody who goes in depth with models. Like, if it looks like what it looks like, then I'm happy. So I don't think it'd be more. I think it'd be more like a showcase concept than anything. But I probably will talk in the video, unbox the models and kind of go through, like the details that I can see and things like that. Of course, if there's anything that I'm unhappy with, I say the models come and, I don't know, the wings loose or something like that, I might point that out. But I think generally, maybe just try and get more content out on the channel for you guys as well. So yeah, I mean, I know it's probably been a long video in total, but hopefully, hopefully you've enjoyed the influence of what I've been doing, even though I've been quiet the last few months and so. But yeah, basically this video generally is just let you know, guys, let you know that I'm still here. Basically, I am still collecting models. I'm still going. Still got ideas in my mind. I'm still trying to get through updates on this layout in particular, try and get them done, and then maybe move on to other avenues. The next project, I'm not sure. I don't know if it'll be Mackay first or Southwest. I think I'm leaning more towards the Southwest concept. if I'm honest. But you know what? Given the size, the thing is, I think Mackay is going to be similar size to this, whereas the Southwest concept is going to be more of like a square basis of a 3x3, so almost kind of half of this project in terms of size. So that gives you an idea, you know, roughly how big each project might be. In terms of construction for the terminals, I mean, Mackay, I was thinking about probably doing, maybe utilising Lego again, maybe, because it's kind of got that kind of concept to it. The LAX one, or LAX Southwest concept, I'll probably kind of maybe, I was looking at getting custom built, but it's just too expensive, to be quite honest. I might just probably look at like wood construction or something like that, and try and figure something out in that sense. But again, it's a bit of a long way off, to be honest. But yeah, if you know, I'll see what your guys' reactions are on this video, and see what input you might have, and see what you might want to see on the video. I can't tell you, you know, really when the next video will be, because I don't really know, you know, what you guys might want to see or might not want to see. Even if you know I've got a model in particular you might want me to do, like even a model that I featured in this video, you might want me to do like an unboxing of, or like I don't want to say review, but kind of like, you know, more of a showcase, if you like, which you know, I'd be more than happy to do if I've got the time and I've got, like, you know, I'm able to do it with no interruptions. Then, you know, I'll happily do that. But yeah, hopefully this is just a bit of an update for you guys at the very least, you know. Hopefully I'm not going to go another half a year without doing a video, so hopefully there'll be one pretty soon. But yeah, again, you know, I always say it, like, any likes, comments on my videos, always appreciated, just because it just sort of drives you on, you know. It lifts your spirits, it lifts my spirits to kind of push out and do more content, because obviously I know you guys then, you know, you want to see it. So yeah, I appreciate all the support as always.